Hello everyone! As you can see, I have a different backdrop, kind of. It's still a bookshelf, but it's a different bookshelf. This is my brand new bookshelf, and it's tiny. It stops right here, but it's my TBR bookshelf, and currently there are 50 books on it. But yeah, so anyways, today I am here to do my July wrap-up. And I am super proud of myself because this month I read 9 books, and mostly that's because of the booktubeathon. And yeah, so let's get started. The first 2 books I read this month were Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. And these are the last 2 books in the Grisha trilogy. And I read this one right before booktubeathon started, and I read this one during the first day of booktubeathon, and both of them were awesome, and I enjoyed both of them a lot more than I enjoyed the first one. I obviously really liked the first one, but I just thought these 2 were a lot better, a lot more fast-paced because I was immersed more in the world. And yeah, I will have a full series review up soon of the entire Grisha trilogy. The third book I read this month was Struck by Lightning by Chris Colfer, and I read this during booktubeathon as well, and I kind of talked about my thoughts on it during one of my daily videos, and I think I talked about it in my wrap-up a little, but I'll just say it again. I loved this book. I thought it was hilarious, and I thought it was so well written, and I just did a book review on it on my blog, so I will link that down below, so make sure to check that out to see my full thoughts on it, and of course it is non-spoilery. And I'm thinking about doing a video about this book and its movie companion just to talk about it because I just loved it so much, so you might be seeing that soon. The fourth book I read this month was Love Does by Bob Goff, and I also read this during booktubeathon and loved it. It is nonfiction, and it's kind of religious, but mostly it's just about life in general and just living it to its full potential and just loving everyone and everything, and how amazing your life can be when you just open it up to love and acceptance. And it was just such a good book. It was so inspirational. It's basically a memoir. It's a compilation of stories that are about Bob's life, and it's just awesome, and he's just an awesome man, and I would definitely recommend this book to everyone. The fifth book I read this month was Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, and this book was definitely not what I was expecting it to be. I don't really know what I thought I was expecting it to be, but I don't know. I put this off for a really long time. I've had this book for a long time because I've been wanting to read it, and Jessie the reader talks about it all the time and loves it, and so I've been wanting to read it, but these pictures just creep me out, and I just have this thing about like scary things, like I can't do it, but I made myself do it, and I'm so glad I did because I loved it, and it was awesome how the pictures in the book, oh wait, let's find a picture, and yep, nope, of course no picture show up, there we go. How the pictures in the book kind of intertwine into the story, and it was just so cool. And I think I'm going to be doing a duology series review on this as soon as I read Hollow City, which I have not done yet, but I will do that very soon and talk about both of these books in a video. The next book I read, and the very last book I read for the booktubeathon, was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, and it was just adorable. Guys, I adored this book. 5 out of 5 stars. So good. I was looking for a book like this, like a cutesy love story, ever since I read Just One Day by Gail Forman, and just nothing hit the spot. Like, I've just been on this contemporary kick lately and wanting to read contemporary, and none of the fantasy I was reading was doing it for me, and I just knew I needed to read contemporary, and this was exactly what I needed. And I need to go get Lola and the Boy Next Door ASAP, and I need to get Isla as soon as it comes out because these books are just so good, guys. So good. The next book I read, and this was after the booktubeathon ended, like the next week sometime, and I read it very quickly, is Popular, Vintage Wisdom for a Modern Geek by Maya Van Wagenen. This book, guys, was spectacular. It's a memoir, and it is about this girl, Maya, and she, at the time, was 13. I believe she's 15 now, which is insane that she's a published author at 15. But she was 13, and she was going into the 8th grade, and she finds in her parents' old things a book from the 1950s, and it is called A Guide to Popularity by Betty Cornell. And she decides during her 8th grade year she is going to implement everything in that book to her life and see what happens, because she was kind of a social outcast and nobody really talked to her. She didn't have many friends, and so she wanted to see what would happen, and she journaled throughout all of it, and that's what this book is, a journal of her experience. And it was just so good. Maya is just so amazing. She's an amazing person, and she is so just wise for her age, and everyone needs to read this book because popularity is a mindset, and that's what this book is all about. How it's just so good, and I can't describe it. And I'm gonna do a full video review on this book because I just need to talk about it. And it probably won't be a book review. It'll be just about the situation that this book talks about, popularity in general. I don't know, but look out for that, and definitely pick up this book because it was so good. The last 2 books I read during the month of July, and I just finished them very recently, were If I Stay and Where She Went by Gail Forman. Guys, these books were awesome. I read them mainly because the movie is coming out. I hate to see a movie and not have read the book, so I just decided to pick it up. Also, I've had If I Stay, the original cover of the book. I've had the book for like about a year now, and I haven't read it, and I don't know why, because guys, it was so good. But then I saw this beautiful cover while I was shopping one day, and I needed it. I knew I already had the book, so I don't know why I needed it, but I needed it. It's just gorgeous. This whole cover is just gorgeous. And I love Chloe Grace Moretz, and I thought the movie trailers were awesome. I saw the trailer when I went to see The Fault in Our Stars, and I was crying, and it was just like a 1-minute trailer, and it had me sobbing. So I knew I needed to read it. And the first book, guys, was amazing. So good. I cannot stress how amazing it is. Gail Forman is just an awesome author. But then Where She Went was even better. So many feels, and I want to do a full video review on these 2 books, but I don't. There's so many videos I want to film. So I don't know if I'm going to get to it, but I might just wait until the movie comes out and do a movie/book talk on it all in one. I think that's what I'll do, and talk about my thoughts for if there is a Where She Went movie. That's what I'll do. But guys, just read these and go see the movie, because the movie's going to be amazing, and the books were amazing, and just go do it. Go do it now. So, those were all the books that I read in the month of July, and I'm pretty proud of myself. 9 books is pretty awesome. Hopefully I will be reading more books in August, but school starts in about 2 weeks, so I'm not really sure. I should probably finish my summer reading assignments for my English class first. But yeah, anyways, I don't really do monthly TBRs, but if you want to go back to my summer TBR, which I posted at the beginning of June, I will link it down below. You can see some of the books that I might be reading in the month of August if I haven't gotten to them yet. That doesn't mean that I will get to them, though, because I just have so many books that I want to read. And yeah, so I don't really know yet what I'm going to pick up. It kind of just depends on my mood. I've been on a contemporary kick, so it'll probably be contemporary. But then again, I just bought some awesome fantasy books, so that might start me back into fantasy. I don't know, it's all up in the air. So yeah, just look out for a new video from me soon, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!